Hey everyone, this is Shreyas and welcome back to another video after a long time. Now today we are obviously going to go through the Pixel 6a. Thankfully I got my hands on this very soon. Flipkart didn't make a menace of it, although I did go to the hub and pick it up myself to avoid delays due to delivery from the final hub. But yeah, finally it's here. I personally did not have a lot of problems, but a lot of people have flagged out on Twitter that bizarre things are being expected in terms of the exchanged phones, so that's something you should keep in mind. But I got a decent value for my Pixel 4a, I would say great value actually, which is 16,250, which is amazing, and that's why it was a no-brainer for me to get the Pixel 6a, because the Pixel 4a was on Android 12 and will get the official Android 13 very soon in the next month. It was going to be its last official Android update. Later on it would only get security patches. So that's why Pixel 6a was a no-brainer for me for that kind of value. Although the price, I understand, for the Indian market at least, it's not really good. A lot of people are upset. But I again feel that this will appeal to a certain crowd only, but it will be a very niche audience. Now, long-time viewers of the channel will know that I'm daily driving a Pixel 6 Pro or are following me on the social media platforms, and that will definitely be a dedicated video. Also, I will mention in those about the camera performance difference with this almost 4-year-old sensor, if I'm not wrong, and this fresh new 50 megapixel sensor. Let's see how the Pixel 6a acts up with the old sensor as well. So definitely I'll be comparing and telling you about the differences between the A series phone and the Pro phone of the Pixel 6 series. And before we move on with the unboxing of the phone, make sure you like this particular video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned because a lot of Pixel comparison videos will be coming soon on the channel. Alright, so let's dive into the unboxing of this Pixel 6a. So first of all, very thin box, and special care from Flipkart for making sure the package is not tampered. Now I don't think I can easily take it off from my nails, so I'm just gonna quickly cut through this seal. Alright, now the rest of it should not need a knife ideally, so let's just, over here, this is how it looks, so let's do it. Pull tags, pretty easy. Second one. Alright, so that's about it, and there's the phone. So let's just keep this to the side. Right, so here's the phone. Let's quickly just take it out, and Google Tensor right on the forefront. Only a USB-C to C cable and this nice OTG adapter. These you get with almost every Pixel regardless of having a charger in the box or not. Here's a quick look into the box. The SIM ejector tool is right here, so that's there. Paperwork, yeah, that's about it. Let's quickly put this aside. So in-display fingerprint sensor, SIM card here, volume rocker, and power button. The paper is wrapped a bit around here. Didn't see in the other Pixels I used, like the 6 Pro that I have over here, and even the Pixel 4a when it arrived. So let's do a peel. Okay, kind of satisfying, not the most satisfying. Alright, damn, this phone is actually pretty small, catching a lot, attracting a lot of dust from my hand and getting caught over here. So this is how it looks primarily, and I'll compare it with the Pixel 6 Pro pretty soon. The cameras are clubbed together over here, so if you can see, that's where the camera is. There is a small cutout for the same as well. Again, power button and volume rocker on the same side. Here the power button is way more accessible, and this is a matte black metal frame, so that's an upgrade from the 4a having a plastic frame. That's about it, but apparently the back is plastic. Okay, might be so, kind of feels like it, but actually the finish is very close to that of the 6 Pro. I mean, if I just showed it to you, probably you wouldn't get it. Unfortunate that it is plastic and still does not have wireless charging. Meanwhile, I actually got this thing first. It's a case Now I have started using cases with my phones. Unfortunately, because there is no service for the Pixel 6 Pro in India, I had to. And since this is a glossy plastic back, when I sell it or exchange it later, it could become an issue thanks to exclusivity on Flipkart in India. So this is a Spigen case, so let's see how it fits in. Okay, that's a quite tight fit. The buttons feels nice, and yeah, fits pretty good. Let me just start and power it on. But yeah, it feels like the bezels are even thicker because of the case. So that's about it. Here's the camera cutout. So yeah, I think it's pretty good overall. Sits flush to the ground, no rocking at all. That's about it. And anyway, if you want this particular case, I'll have it linked down in the description if you're buying the Pixel 6 Pro. This is the Spigen thin fit case. I have ordered a tempered glass as well if you want to protect your Pixel 6a, so that's also linked down in the description below. And alright, welcome to Pixel already. So let me do one thing, let me quickly set this phone up and I'll get back to you with my first impressions. Alright, so not a very exciting unboxing experience to be very honest, but that's expected because the box is thin. Now I've been using it for around 4 hours before making this particular video. Now in other markets, the people got a Pixel 5a as well. So it's not just the 4a. For India, it is an upgrade from the 4a to the 6a directly because that's what is officially sold here. For my Indian audience, first upgrade is the metal frame. Now the body of the Pixel 4a was really nice and good in-hand feel, but it was completely plastic, so wear and tear was very common as well until you slapped on a skin or a case, which was okay because the Pixel 4a was pretty small for modern day smartphones as well. Now the next thing I really appreciate is the tensor chip. Now, as I said, the 730G was not aging very nicely in the Pixel 4a, and this I get all the talks about, you know, the 60 Hz display. Absolutely, it kind of is a bit jarring for me to use a 60 Hz phone again, and that's also the kind of the primary reason why I stopped using the Pixel 4a much and only used it as a beta device for testing the latest Android developer versions. The size is pretty decent. This in the hand is pretty good, and even next to the massive Pixel 6 Pro, you can see the size difference over here. And it's not as wide as the Pixel 6 Pro also, although the curves on the Pixel 6 Pro make it very easy to hold. That comfort is absolutely here because it's a smaller phone. Now the next thing is the buttons are extremely tactile and it feels really great. And this time, although the power button is above the volume buttons as it is in every Pixel, it's not very hard to reach. About the fingerprint sensor, it's placed a little bit higher proportionately if you compare with the Pixel 6 Pro, and it has been working fine for me. As you can see here, I'll just unlock again. Yeah, so it's been working fine as of now, but yeah, the 60 Hz display is an eyesore and I stand by it. What you lose out compared to the Pixel 4a again is a headphone jack and that ability of using the rear capacitive fingerprint sensor for scrolling down the quick settings and the notification panel. So that's there as well. For me, as of now, the UI etc has been working great. The obvious thing is the stuttery feel. I personally feel because all of my displays, including my tablet, phone and my monitor over there, are 120 Hz. So kind of I do feel that okay, 60 Hz is jarring, but it's not as bad for the average consumer. Now during setup, it did get a slightly warm. Now because the rails are metal this time, that's why I feel the heat dissipation will easily come to the metal. Anyway, it will conduct heat better. So you might feel it when stressing the CPU a bit more. But apart from that, I really like the UI responsiveness and obviously waiting for Android 13 to come up on this phone. Now the thing that I'm really annoyed about is not the lack of a charger because kind of expected it. The thing that I did not like about this phone is that they launched it just before Android 13 hit. So Google promises 3 years of updates technically. I am not sure, but I will check back and get back to you in the full review of this phone that it comes with Android 12. So 3 updates are Android 13, 14 and 15. Now that's something you need to consider, because if you see the S21 FE, which guarantees 4 years of updates, also came out with Android 12 and will get one extra update. Now personally, I have transitioned into wireless charging a lot as well, so given that this is a plastic back and does not have wireless charging is a bummer to me, because I do wirelessly charge my Pixel 6 Pro, and yeah, that's really helpful. And also the responsiveness on the Pixel stand with its features is also something that I really enjoy. Now the back is made out of plastic. I kind of am okay with it because it's a very light device relatively, and it's very easy to hold. Now the problem with that is that the smudges on this phone, like I've been using it for like 4 hours, and look at the smudges on the phone. So yeah, this is without a skin or a case, it will really be smudge city. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer. I don't like that, because even though my Pixel 6 Pro is glass backed, I've been using it even for the 4 hours without the case, and you can see over here how the smudges are relatively way lesser on the glass back. So that's something to keep in mind. Another thing, the bezels are substantial according to me. They are pretty wide, and when you put up the case, as you saw in the unboxing video, the chin and the sides are way more pronounced because of it. Okay, one final impression is the haptics on this phone is really great. Now, I haven't really experienced the Nothing Phone 1. I've heard that the haptics are really good, but the Pixel 4a had really good haptics for its price range, although it used an older kind of a haptic motor. But this, I'm not sure what kind of haptic motor is being used, but the haptics are almost as good as the Pixel 6 Pro, which is really a good experience. So yeah, stay subscribed to the channel. Because the full review of the Pixel 6a, comparison with the Pixel 6 Pro, and all the pros and cons that I feel for both the Indian market and the market abroad is something that's gonna come really soon to the channel. So thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.